What is up, everyone? How's it going? How's it going? Sorry, was a little late. Was waiting for some food to be delivered. Got myself a little bit of a poke bowl. What did one ocean say to the other ocean? Be a little bit more Pacific? I don't know. What'd they say? What's up, by the way, Hooker Hunter? Nothing? They just waved. God damn it. Are you a dad? Because you come in here with all these, like, dad-level jokes. Got my first help desk position. Mazel tov! Mazel tov. Congratulations. Have a drink. L'chaim. I need a little bit of caffeine, so there's just a little V8 energy there. So what do you use to put music on your 5.5? iTunes. I literally still use iTunes, and I just load up the music there and just get my MP3s and then put the playlist together. There's a sense of nostalgia. Remote too, I'm excited. That's good. It's very hard to get remote positions right now. Just make sure you keep constant communication with your managers and superiors and stuff like that. Because it'll be very easy when you're in a remote position to be overlooked when it comes time for all those promotions and everything. God damn it, I forgot chopsticks. Oh well. On Windows? Yeah, on Windows. I have the one Windows machine here that runs OBS and then pulls double duty by doing the few Windows specific things that I need to do. I technically could do it through a VM, but I noticed when doing some things, it would be problematic through a VM. Yes, and a STEM teacher. That makes so much sense. Make sure to bug her every day. Yep, just make sure they remember you and all that stuff, because it's very easy to get forgotten. One of the advantages of hybrid and in-person jobs, especially early on in your career, I'm just being honest with you, it's easy to connect with a lot of your peers and management. Unfortunately, there is the perception, if we can't see them, we don't know if they're doing work, that kind of thing. Not to say that you're not doing work. There are a lot of managers that understand that. But I'm just saying, in general, be aware of that. And then also, while it's great that you got your first help desk position, learn as much as you can. See if you can possibly, find someone that can maybe mentor you in the ways of doing everything in the professional side of things. And if the position works out good for you, see what the growth opportunities are. But if you don't really see much in the way of growth for you, what I would do is around your 1 year mark, see if they give you a raise, if you're eligible for bonuses, all of that, what the overall benefits package is, and see if you do want to stay with the company. Because the honest truth is, your first year in a professional position is probably the steepest on the line of the learning curve you're going to have your entire career. So you're going to level up those skills pretty fast. Make sure they compensate you appropriately as you grow. Now, I will be honest and also say that job hopping is not as easy as it was during the COVID era, where the power was in our hands. Make sure they treat you well. Make sure you get good benefits. In the U.S., healthcare, dental, vision, those kind of things. Be aware of all that. The other things I will say is that if your work offers benefits like a 401k for investment, find out if they do a match. If they do a match, put in as much money as possible to maximize that match. So, like, some companies will tell you, like, hey, we will match, like, 50% of your first 5%. Then get that 5% in. That's free money after that point. Find out what their vesting schedule is with that 401k. How long do you have to be in the company? And right now, I don't want you to, think about, what your position will be so much in your career from here. but think about where you're going to see your goals in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5-year increments. They do certificate exam reimbursement. Great. Take advantage of that. Rack up those certs. If you start getting certs now, before your first year, when it comes to being there in 1 year, you can then come to the renegotiation table and say, I want to be compensated more, and, or potentially, I want to get a promotion with the new skills I have, because help desk is an entry. So take advantage of all of that. Find yourself a mentor. Get out there also and get into some IT and cybersecurity networking groups out there. There's plenty of them out there. I know DEF CON has local chapters all over the country, and I think there are some across the world. Make sure to take advantage of them. You may have a local ISSA chapter. Make sure to get in front of them. Start networking and building a collection of peers around you in and outside of work. I think that'll help you a lot. So, congratulations on your first year. Of course, feel free to join the Discord if you haven't already. There's a bunch of us tech people. We're always more than glad to give you advice from different things. We have a lot of people on the beginning side of things, people that are hobbyists, people that are experts. So, you're more than welcome. And I want to see you grow on this journey as well. Especially if TikTok does happen to get banned. I'd still like to, see where you grow in this entire journey. So, mazel tov on landing that new help desk position, and I can't wait to see where you go from here. It's always exciting to see where people in this community go. Is the Discord on your page? Yeah, so if you go to the links under my socials, there is all of my socials, my Discord, my Matrix, my Blue Sky, my Mastodon, my Twitch, my YouTube. Everything's there in my links. So if you go to links.chiefgeek3d.com or just go to the links in my bio on TikTok, Twitch, and such, it will lead you to everything. So yeah. Again, mazel tov, happy hacking, and good luck on this journey, because I know you just took your first steps into this field. It's going to be fun. It's going to be wild. And don't feel bad. You're going to have those days where you feel like you're not good enough and you don't know shit, because trust me, I've been in this field for 10 years and I still have this feeling all the time. Thank you, my dude. I really appreciate all the sage advice. Hey, that's why I do this. I want to see people succeed in their careers, and share my passion with this industry with other people so that you all can learn valuable things. So, happy hacking, buddy. GSLC. Which one's GSLC? There's so many different certs out there. Hold on. Is that a SAN cert? If it's a SAN cert, that should be good. It's not a Goldman Sachs thing. Oh yeah, GIAC Security Leadership. GIAC's a good one to go after. I potentially want to go after some GIAC certs myself. It's kind of a hard thing to convince work to get SAN certs because they're so expensive. I was thinking about going for my CompTIA Security X. I just haven't had the time to sit down and do the studying things. It's like the CompTIA equivalent of CISSP, but not as strenuous. I think I'm probably going to switch to CCSP, which is the Cloud Certified Security Practitioner. I had to quit my IT systems administrator recently because it was becoming too stressful way too quickly for me. Was it stressful because of management, or was it stressful because of all the things put up? Well, if all the things put on top of you, that would be a management issue, wouldn't it? So, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm going to assume it had to do with management's lack of leadership and lack of effectiveness too. Okay, both? Hey, lay it on me. What's the thing outside of management? I mean, we all know the saying that people don't quit jobs, they quit management. So I'd like to know, was there anything unique to your position? Thoughts on OpenWRT? It's a thing. It's another option out there. I've used OpenWRT in the past. Although I'm now on the PFSense side of things more so, but yeah. Cool hat. Yeah, it's Hanukkah. We'll be playing Wolfenstein in a little bit and killing Nazis. It'll be my first cert. I have 7 years XP, 5 in IR, 2 in VM, moving to management. So here's the thing. I'm just gonna put this out there. There's nothing wrong with the cert you picked. I know how well established and prestigious SANS the whole GIAC system is. But with that being said, I've noticed this thing where a lot of HR is not aware of the different certs and everything. They know like ISC squared and stuff like that. So if you have that much experience and you're looking at cybersecurity, look at CISSP. I got that as my first ever cert too. Again, not saying what you have is a bad cert. You can get both. But what I'm saying is, you're going to run into an issue where more people are going to know what CISSP is and ISC squared than GIAC. In order to know what GIAC is, you have to go specifically to security people that know what that is. It's still not as well known as some others. Um, 8 versus you, right on that cost, yeah. Why are you asking me thoughts on Palestine? We're talking tech. We're talking cybersecurity. And if it's because of I'm wearing a hat for Hanukkah, bro, you need to understand just how bad it is to go into a Jewish person's stream and talk about a political issue when not much I can do about that whole situation there. You want to know my thoughts? It's fucked and everyone involved is fucked. I don't know what more you want me on that, I was the only person qualified enough to manage our cloud infrastructure on-premise and cloud services, and management was trying to get us to self-host internal chats, storage, and etc., trying to get it all secured for our remote workers, as well as getting too stressful for me. Yeah, that sounds like a whole clusterfuck of management issues. I'm just being honest with you. That is definitely what seems like extremely poor mismanagement. And that's frustrating as I can understand it. God damn. I hate Firefox on Windows. It does this stupid thing sometimes where you have to like restart the whole browser. Okay. Interesting. Is the computer just being derpy? I think it's the computer being derpy. Yeah, it sounds like they need a project manager as well as yeah, again, it's an overall management clusterfuck where they're not actually taking the needs of the company seriously. The fact that you're saying they want you to manage the cloud infrastructure, on-premise cloud services, and trying to self-host internal chats, storage, and etc., when there are a lot of easier solutions out there. Like, I understand why a lot of people in their own idea want to self-host things, but oh my god, that is just a lot more liability. Happy Hanukkah, happy Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. I hope everyone's having a good holiday. Alright. Thoughts on CVE 2024 5037-9? Not familiar with that specific vulnerability. That must be a different one than I have been paying attention to lately. I proposed Microsoft 365 for business, but they didn't want to hear it. Yeah, again, that sounds like incompetent management because that's pretty much the standard. Microsoft. Running your email. I mean, what chances are they running their own email? And if they're not, who are they hosting it through? Because they're probably paying for a chat platform through them. But yeah, Microsoft 365 for business is pretty much the tried and true standard that every business goes through. We moved away at the company I work at for internal chats a decade ago. Give or take. Oy. Yeah. They're gonna be in for a royal world of hurt if they're trying to host their own internal chatting, getting that SSO'd, and then if there's a cyber attack. Having to go through the nightmare. Like what? You're just gonna self-host your own internal matrix server? What are you gonna do, a Mattermost? Good luck fucking managing that. My neighbor gifted me her TSR 80 Model 1. Wait, is that the one I'm thinking of? Is that a tandem system? Yeah, it's a Tandy. That's nice. Treasure that. If you're already in the Discord, drop a pic of that. It was Mattermost they wanted to use for internal chats. Oh my god. Yeah, good luck managing that. Don't get me wrong, Mattermost, nice product, but the problem is managing it. Especially at scale. And then SSOing it. And then making sure it's all what you need. And then when you do an update, and then it breaks everything. Just like everything you self-host. Would be a good project that would good on my GitHub. I just have a new Ubuntu server on there. And a switch with VLANs. So here's what I would do. Make yourself do two things. One, GitHub, great start. Good, do that for code projects. So like anything you're tinkering to learn and all that. Another thing I would do, make a blog. Make a blog. You can get a WordPress, a Ghosty, or whatever. Make a blog of all your tinkerings, all the things you're trying to build and develop, and document your entire journey. Here's why. You do it this way. This will set you up in the future in a couple of ways. One, you set up a blog. You can link that blog in your resume, so when people are viewing your resume, they can then read your blog and see how you're actually progressing in your own journey. Two, you can link that GitHub as well, and then show your skills when it comes to coding or doing scripts or managing different things in all sorts of various fashion. And if you happen to have a GitHub where you have Git commits and stuff like that, you can then showcase you know how to manage Git projects. That is actually a skill you would not understand how little is really not used, but taught. Like in my entire team, and I'm including networking in this entire discussion here. We'll talk about the entire cybersecurity department. There's probably amongst the, like, I'd say there's probably like 40 or 50 of us. On one hand, the number of people that know how to work with Git. So that is why it's very valuable, and then you can use these skills again to translate back into your resume. And keep in mind, whatever you do in your home lab and all those things can also translate into things that you can put down that you understand and know in your resume. The other advantage is that if you make your own blog, not that you're saying you have to do this approach, because a lot of them have like a free WordPress.com blog, you can buy your own domain. Get it through Cloudflare or something like that, and then have like Timmy'sTechAdventures.com or whatever. And then you get the added benefit of you could teach yourself DNS management, as well as the fact you could then go to Microsoft 365, buy a single license from them at their most basic plan, and give yourself a Microsoft 365 tenant. This does a couple of things. One, now you can start playing with Microsoft 365 as if it were a business environment, and they can add licenses for whatever, family, friends, things like that if you want to go that route, or just have it for yourself. Two, you can give yourself a professional-looking email that when you go to apply for a new job, you can put down on your resume, Timmy at TimmyTechAdventures.com, and then they go to the blog, because this is what a lot of businesses do. That already stands out just a little bit more in a resume than a Gmail, a Yahoo, a Outlook, or anything like that in a tech resume. If you're in any other field, I'd say this wouldn't really matter. But if you are in tech specifically, this is one of those like tiny little things that you can do to your resume that to people like me has a lot of impact. Because it shows me, oh wow, you're doing this kind of stuff in your own free time. You definitely know how to at least do this basic thing. And it just makes you look a little bit better overall. So that's my 2 cents there. But yeah, pfSense, definitely great if you're looking at the networking side of things with a managed switch and all of that stuff. Make a blog post about all that. Make a GitHub gist if you want on those things as well. Document all the work you're doing. That is one thing I wish I had done in the past a little bit more, is documented my stuff. But even the little BS blog I set up while I was in the middle of my job search with just a couple of blog posts about what I was working on at the time helped me sell myself to my employer that I actually know how to work with API and these different kind of things that I was working on, and I knew a little bit about Python, and I was a self-educator and self-starter in a lot of these things. So yeah. What vulnerabilities are you keeping an eye on currently? There's nothing in particular, but it's more so with technologies that we have to cover. So like your Linuxes, your FreeBSDs, your VPN vulnerabilities. It really matters more about what things could affect our stack. So, there's been trying to patch up all the regression systems and all that. Going after the vendor systems we have that are supposed to be updated. Like right now I'm back and forth with Zscaler about their indexer tool, which was apparently running an old version of FreeBSD that is no longer supported, and how do we get it up to date so it's no longer getting hit on Tenable, saying there's a vulnerability. A very minor issue in the grand context of it because of how it's firewalled and everything, but still an issue for vulnerability management. It doesn't matter, most they want to use for internal chats. Well, good luck. Let them get fucked. But yeah. You're gonna do well. You're gonna find an amazing job. You're gonna be good, dude. Just find better managers. Push out an update and break everything. CrowdStrike. Hey. Let's be very clear here. CrowdStrike did an amazing job at securing your systems. Because if your systems can't work, they can't be compromised. Big brain move, huh? Yeah. You'd be shocked how often people don't read the how-to documents for products. No, I wouldn't be shocked because I deal with it all the time. Do you know how many times my day is literally just basically yelling at devs through a screen about how the hell you didn't read the internal company documentation to add a Zscaler certificate? I'm dealing with a freaking developer that has been unable to do their work on because Zscaler is causing issues, and it came down to I have to hold their hand like a 5-year-old into how you run the commands on the Windows side of things to get the cert added for Zscaler when doing your Python and all that stuff. When it's really in the company documentation, and the guy sent me back the logs of, him trying to do it and the errors he got, and it took me 2 seconds to look at it and say, you're in Windows command prompt, not PowerShell, which you're supposed to use PowerShell. Knock 1. And what commands was he putting in? Not the Windows ones. He was putting in The Nix ones, you know, for Unix, like Linux, Mac OS X, those kind of commands to add the cert. So, of course, it's not going to work on Windows. So, yeah. And it shocks me how much a lot of these developers don't write their own damn documentation for what should be regular issues, because I, as a security engineer, shouldn't be out here troubleshooting why you can't set up your own damn environment when we've had this up for like 4 years. Like I'm still learning shit with Nessus. Yep. We use Tenable Nessus for a lot of that stuff. M365 is the best when it comes to storage, email, and other stuff, and it helps in environments that use Office stuff too. Oh, absolutely. There's a reason why, even as a Linux person, when people are like, what should I use in my business? It's 365. It's always 365. I know you people out there are going to be like, but I like Slack. Slack sucks for getting integrated into an entire ecosystem and then managing it, and then justifying the cost of $15 per user per month per license. Because you have to get the encryption and compliancy of everything and then get it connected through an SSL. You need the $15 a month plan. Microsoft 365, $6.25. Teams, Outlook, all the things you need. So yeah, 365 all day long. I love 365. Progression was a pain in the ass, but I'm thankful the Tenable lowered the VPR score for it. So the issue I have with Tenable is, now we're using Wiz at work, and we're starting to get that rolled out so that we can do more CSPM-y things, because Tenable moved from frictionless assessments into their cloud agent, which is basically a attempt at Tenable saying, hey, these Tenable frictionless assessments, you know, we know they kind of suck, but, shut up, bitch! Give me your money! That's basically what they did, is they're trying to get more money out of you. Whereas the FAs were not as much of a money issue. Anyway. So, yeah. Tenable, we're looking at keeping more for on-premise stuff, because on-premise, there's still nothing that compares to it with the agents and all of that, so your workstations and things like that. But Wiz is so much better, because Wiz, okay, so the problem with Tenable is it just kind of goes out there and says, yeah, this system's not patched for this vulnerability and everything. Wiz, in comparison, looks at the vulnerabilities out there, but contextualizes it in the way that it's like, yeah, it has this vulnerability here, but you have this AWS firewall policy here. There's no real direct path from the internet here, so fix this patch, but it's not that severe of an issue because of the overall policies around it. Plus, it will actually put policy, show you where your flaws are in your cloud platform policies, rules, and everything like that. So it does a lot better of giving us more context to the issues around these machines. Is it possible to run Mac OS in a VM on Linux? Yes, there is a project. If I remember, it's called Sosumi. No, not even a joke. Sosumi. I played with this a while ago. And, they only have it as a snap package. I really don't want to install a snap package right now. But this was a project I played with a few years ago here on, TikTok. Many years ago. And, you can do stuff like that. OS X KVM. I haven't played with that one. I don't really do Mac on VM anymore, really, because I don't really have much reason for it. Yeah, this might work. Last commit was 2 months ago. Working with Proxmox and Mac OS. Support Mac OS offline installations. Yeah, this looks pretty straightforward. Apt-get these tools. Yeah. You can do that. There's a few ways to do it, but this goes into one of my main complaints that I've had with Mac for many years, which is that Apple has really fallen behind the needs of businesses and developers. Apple only, as I recall, just within the past year, maybe two, finally released a Type 1 hypervisor. Virtualization always took a back seat inside of Mac, and that's a big reason why I moved away from Mac myself, was because I used to use at least VirtualBox about a decade ago or so to be able to run the Linux VMs I needed, and then Mac would do an update, break VirtualBox, then I'd have to roll back the entire thing with a time machine, and basically lose an entire day's of work. So, yeah, Apple, not as much of a good dev platform as people think it is. The honest truth is, I feel like it's a good platform for those that actually don't want to learn how to actually do the thing, but just say they can work on the thing. And if you think that I'm wrong here, talk to a lot of the Mac people out there about when they do a system update, how Docker can be annoying to set up, or how it's very rarely straightforward with installation instructions for different environments and things like that. Yitz, he's a full stack developer. He switched completely to Windows with Windows Subsystem for Linux because of the issues he got with Mac, as well as the fact that he ran into this funny issue very often because he would be doing so many things at the same time. He would have issues where he would be on Slack in a video call, and then they would be talking about the issue, and then he'd say, yeah, I'd show you it, but right now I have this, this, and this running, and I'd have to close one of these things, or the meeting we're running, in order to pull up the code. And the Mac people are all like, okay, yeah. And then meanwhile, when Yitz started dating me, this is what convinced him to get away from Mac, by the way. The System 76 Pangolin laptop I have, remember, I was streaming on that a couple of years ago, and I was playing Borderlands 2. I remember I was streaming on OBS from my laptop. This was when I was playing with TikTok Live, and I think I was maybe playing with YouTube streaming at the time before I got even into Twitch. This is when I was just playing with it. Did Borderlands 2. And then when I closed the game, realized I had like 3 VMs running at the same time while I was streaming, gaming, and there were 3 VMs in the background. And he looked at me and when I was like, oh, I forgot those VMs were running for the past few hours. And he's like, wait, you had 3 VMs in the background while playing a video game and you were streaming? And I'm like, yeah, and I had plenty of resources to give. And that's when he started like understanding, like, okay, I got to start moving away from Mac. And the honest truth is, this is where I will also judge a developer. If a developer tells you they can only do something on a Mac, and it's not a Mac-specific thing, let me make that very clear. That's more a testament to their limitations as the developer than it is a limitation of the computer itself. Because even in Windows, you got Windows Subsystem for Linux. And in Linux, of course, you have the entire Linux environment. So, keep that in mind. Repeat what I said until checking that chat. I try to write my code to be self-explanatory with documentation on the intended use case with AI helping to generate the code doc. I mean, I do something similar as well because ain't nobody got time for rewriting what you've written before. Do the Mitch Hedberg. You know, I wrote a script and they told me to rewrite the script, so I said, fuck it. I'm gonna send them a copy. Yeah, I understand that. I think Slack was bought out by Splunk. Are you working on the clips now? Temple OS is the third God's temple. I was considering getting a MacBook Air M2, never mind then. The MacBooks, I mean, they have their advantage in terms of battery life. They have certain advantages, but there's nothing that I look at with the Mac these days. And mind you, I'm not a guy that hates Apple. Okay? Making this very clear. I don't know. Can you see the logo? Can you see the logo? You can see the faint Apple logo here, okay? This is an iPhone. Let's get that on record. I just think Apple's lost their way since Jobs has passed. Even before then, the soldering of the components was when they definitely lost their way. WSL isn't that great. It kind of sucks in terms of permissions, requires extra stuff to get IDEs to work within it. I haven't had the issues. I do it at work. Just run VS Code. In Windows, one of the few things Windows 11 actually has improved was the WSL integration, so it actually works better with graphical apps. Running on a Surface Pro 11 right now. Battery's great. ARM is ARM, though. Yeah, I'd be more a fan of RISC-V being adopted, but I know we're still a few years off. Oh, ad just rolled. Do you install Gen 2? No, I have a life! Yeah, just played over on TikTok. What was I also gonna say? Oh yeah, before I was on stream too, I was watching a video that apparently North Korea just launched a new tank. I'm kind of wondering, is it really just a horse with armor around it? It's like the M2020 or something like that. Kind of weird. Your people are dying, but we're gonna build some tanks. Okay, ads over. I like the look of macOS, but not macOS itself. That's how I feel. If you notice, my Pop OS is stylized to look like Mac, because I came from the Mac world. I like the Mac GUI. I like how it's laid out. But I don't like how restrictive Mac is. Mac is as restrictive, if not more restrictive, than Windows is to me. Mac treats their users like they're idiots. That's the honest truth. Nice salad. Oh, it's a poke bowl. With sriracha, tuna, salmon, edamame, some rice. Personally, I dislike the direction laptops are going. Bigger does not equal better. Yeah. I totally agree with that. I think for my next laptop, I'm looking at a laptop from Tuxedo Computers. The honest truth is, I don't see the point of a laptop that's bigger than 15, 16 inches. Doesn't make sense to me. I do like how they're getting thinner, but in a way, I hate that they're getting thinner. Because at a certain point, you can't fit an Ethernet port in there. And Ethernet is a big thing for me. Now, what is cool, and I hope to have this device finally in my hands next month, there's been delays with shipping and customs and all that. I have a miniature laptop coming in, fully open source from M&T. It's called the Pocket Reform. And it uses, instead of an Ethernet connection like the RJ45 that we're familiar with the 8 pins, 4 twisted pairs, it uses an IX industrial connection for an even smaller Ethernet connection. Then you use the IX adapter to an RJ45 to give it an Ethernet connection. I like that approach. I am okay with an IX industrial port as long as your laptop has a dedicated Ethernet port. I do not like this USB-C adapter bullshit. That's the honest truth. I like my laptop like my femboys thick. Pokeball mafiosi over here.
Sometime, we're gonna call upon you to do us a favor. Maybe to whack a guy. Maybe to whack off a guy. You never know. It's the Mafia. And you owe us a favor.
Your stance in the... Why does everyone come in this live and just, like, want to talk about the Palestine-Israel situation? Let me make this very clear for you. We weren't talking about politics outside of tech and everything. I just happened to be wearing a hat with a menorah on it and a shirt that says "Let's Get Lit" because it's Hanukkah. Okay? The whole situation's fucked. There's no reason to come into people's streams and then constantly remind us of that fucked situation, especially when we have family on all sides that are in that situation. Yeah, we're not getting more political unless it has to do with cybersecurity or tech rights or a random-ass tangent. What would be the NVIDIA equivalent of an RX 580? I'm not too familiar with the RX 580. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. About $200. The 580's got 4 gigs. So that'd probably be like what? No, you got 8 gigs of RAM. So that'd probably be like an NVIDIA 3070. If I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. You could probably do fine with the 1660 Super, too. The only real difference that I saw between the, the 3070 is going to be a little bit more powerful, plus you have the whole ray tracing things and RTX capabilities, which is kind of nice for some filters and all that stuff, but all in all, the 1660 Super, that's a nice choice. And then you also have the 3070, which I've been using. I like the 3070. Which I think right now would be maybe a 4070, but if you get the 4000 series, you then have to get the power supply with the PCI Express 4.0. I think it's 4.0 power connection, which is one of the reasons why I've been hesitant, besides the fact that I'm perfectly happy with my 3070. Although, as I talked about on Blue Sky, if I do get more than my 3070, I probably might move to a 4090, but not because... I would want to, you know, get something that powerful per se. Like, a lot of people are going to use it for gaming. I need more power for when rendering videos, as well as when I'm using machine learning, like with my editor. Oh, a GTX 1060, 1070. Yeah, then go for a 3070, because it's harder to find the 1070s and 2070s, and you may as well go for the 3070. At least last a little bit longer. Happy Christmas, Hanukkah, everybody. I hate soldered RAM. It makes it hard to upgrade RAM. Oh, I absolutely agree with that. There is a new type of standard I was seeing scuttlebutt about, which could be a nice LP cam memory. So it's a different kind of standard where you could kind of like have a chip, you could screw it down, sort of. If I can pull this picture up. So this is what they look like. It ends up being thinner because you no longer need that raised stack that like lays it down to the side, and it just goes directly down, so it can have a smaller profile. This, I think, would be a nice transition, because we've been working on the DIM models for as long as I can remember. DIM and SODIM and all that. I remember like Rambus and shit like that too. Lately I've been thrifting DVDs and gradually canceling my streaming services because of them removing and switching around movies and shows every day, and I actually own the shit. So I actually talked about this in a video. Alright? There was a YouTube video I made. This had to be like 3 or 4 months ago. It was one of my very first YouTube videos. You're more than welcome to, you know, go check it out. Hold on, if I can remember what it was. The streaming struggle, why inconvenience is reviving piracy. And I actually talk about the fact that the reason why content piracy died out, as to what I remember, because remember, I grew up in the era of, we had WinMX, we had BearShare, we had Kazaa, we had LimeWire, and then, of course, the alternative to that was FrostWire. And we had all these different ways for peer-to-peer sharing. We had Napster and all these things. And the reason why a lot of piracy stopped was we had legal alternatives that removed the convenience factor with piracy. So piracy stopped in the music industry because if you remember, or if you're not young enough to remember, Metallica sued their own fans for pirating Metallica songs off of Napster. And why did all this stop? It stopped because Apple released iTunes and had the whole ability for you to buy music through iTunes. It was now, not cheaper, but it was now more convenient than going out and going to Virgin Megastore, buying entire CDs of albums. You could now buy individual songs for 99 cents or whatever a piece. And it made things more convenient, along with the combination of an iPod. So that is what stopped a lot of piracy in the music side of things. Now, in the video side of things, Netflix, the original Netflix, stopped a lot of that video piracy because people could just go to Netflix. But now we're seeing the return of the inconvenience there for the reasons you're talking about, where they're shifting around all the media and everything. And that becomes a problem because now you have to jump onto all these platforms. Like, look, for me, it was like stupid. Like, I have Crunchyroll, right? But I think it was like I was watching Naruto through Hulu because Naruto on Hulu had the dub version and Crunchyroll didn't. And then, I remember Parks and Recreation used to be on Netflix. Then Peacock came out, and now I have to go to Peacock to watch Parks and Recreation and The Office and all these other things. It became a huge problem. How in the literal F is a 3060 cheaper than a effing 20 series card? Supply. That's why I told you to go for the 3000 series. They stopped making the 2000 series and the 1000 series for that matter. And I believe they've also just stopped making the 3000 series and they're burning through the stock of the 3000 series. So, after a while, yes, it is cheaper. But yeah, piracy, I think, is going to see a resurgence because of the proliferation of there are too many streaming platforms. And I think a lot of these companies saw Netflix's success and then said, we want to get in on that. And instead of partnering with Netflix and limiting it to just like Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon, then tried to make their own platforms. Paramount came out. There's nothing good on Paramount after the Halo TV show was killed. Killed that subscription. Saw a couple of things. I literally stayed on Paramount until Evil was finished. And then they killed the Halo TV show. And I killed Paramount. They've got like so many other platforms now. It's crazy. Do you think AI should be used in hospitals and government, and at what point do we censor? Well, the reality is, it's not a matter of if, but when they will be used. And you're giving a little bit of a broad answer there for AI. What do you mean as in AI, and in what specific capacity? Because the reality is, yeah, I do think they should be used. But it's not a question of that they should be used. It's how they should be used and how they should be architected. Because I don't think that, like, say, government should then connect with OpenAI and then use their entire infrastructure for a lot of these things. So at work, we have our own AI. We generated. We actually created our own AI model and everything internally to read through union contracts. And they actually let us use it because they realized it was so powerful to do a lot of different things. Because you get these union contracts, you're talking about like they're massive there. So it goes through and, you know, sifts all the information and everything like that. But that's an internal AI. And in healthcare, there's already AI in healthcare. I'm just going to tell you, I can't say much more than that. I'm still embargoed to talk too much about certain things, but they exist. They're going to be going through a lot of testing. I think they need to be scrutinized heavily because you have the issue of you have schmucks like Elon Musk with Grok. He has literally gone out there. I think I talked about this on Blue Sky. Let me see if I can find the specific post. Because this was pretty bad, what Elon was endorsing. Hold on. You know, when I scroll through Blue Sky, I realize how much I post. And it's still less than Elon Musk. Hold on. I'm one away from 70. You've been on almost 70 streams? Jeez. Alright, let's see. I think I'm getting close. It was like a couple weeks ago. Hold on. Hey, I remember that was Sam Altman that I posted about. Oh yeah, the AI messing up. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through. Ah, here we are. This was the specific post I was talking about. Will 600 watt be enough? Should be. I maybe would bump that up to 850 or so, but should be. The reason why is you kind of want to have a little bit of breathing room. 600 watts should be more than enough. 850 will make your overall computer more efficient in terms of power usage, because the closer you get to the actual max limit of the PSU, the less efficient it becomes in converting the AC to DC. Generally speaking, if I remember, it's somewhere around like the 50 to 60% mark is where you maximize the efficiency of a PSU. But anyway, Elon Musk, this was quite a while ago. I think this is 2 weeks ago or so. Yeah, December 10th. Elon Musk, there's someone, my best friend had back surgery this week, and I helped him with his bandages. I was wondering what Grok would say how well his wound was healing. Sent it a picture. And then it sent out all this. And Elon's like, you can upload anything from a phone picture or of your blood test results to an MRI or X-ray, and Grok will analyze it for you. And as I said, you should never share PII, personally identifiable information, or PHI, protected health information, on social media or submit it to AI LLMs. These platforms aren't secure, and your sensitive data could be easily exposed or misused. Always consult a licensed medical professional for health issues. AI is a tool, not a substitute for expert advice. Using AI for medical decisions could lead to misdiagnoses, poor treatment recommendations, or worse. Endorsements like Elon Musk's implying AI can replace professional guidance open a world of problems. From privacy violations to harmful advice, this is a dangerous path. Protect your health and your data by relying on real experts. So, do I think AI should be used? Yes, but it depends on how. And we have to be very responsible and ethical with our AI usage of things. I think people are way too blindly trusting of AI. We've already seen there's been a lot of mishaps when it comes to AI. There's been the one person that unalived themselves because their AI girlfriend told them to do it, and this isn't going to get much better. If any of you have seen Futurama, do you remember the episode when Fry put Lucy Liu into a bot and then that became his girlfriend and all that? We're not far off from that reality. We're not that far off. You've already got like realistic as hell looking dolls. Put some servos in them, put some AI, boom. You suddenly have a walking, talking fembot. That's kind of scary to me to think about. Have you ever been working on a project, got one feature working, and then you go to change how the program startup works, and now the feature you just got working doesn't work? Yep. Welcome to tech. Oh yeah, I just worked on this whole thing. Let me fix this one bug. Breaks everything. God damn it! When your bug introduces more bugs. When your bug fix introduces more bugs. Reasons I haven't personally switched to Linux for gaming. One Quest VR headset. No good options for that. I put too much money into D2 to not play it. Well, my suggestion would have been to get a headset that actually has native Linux support. Valve Index. I'm not a VR guy, so it doesn't really matter to me. I just can't get into the whole idea of... Okay, so part of this probably plays more into my traumas of shit. Years ago, I was attacked and almost killed merely for being Jewish. Long story short. Anti-Semitic attack. Way before I was on TikTok. Anyway, ever since then, I have an issue with completely not being aware of my surroundings. Like, even these are open back headphones. I wear open back for a couple of reasons. One, I like the better sound stage. Two, I like the fact that I can still hear everything going on, the fans going and all that. I can't be completely isolated. Even my IEMs that I listen to on music have just enough leakage that I can still hear things from the outside. So, putting on a VR headset just does not seem like a good time for me. Now, I'm a big fan of augmented reality. I can do augmented reality all day long. That looks cool. I think AR is going to be more impactful than VR long term. I think there's a lot more applications with AR than there is VR. In gaming, in day-to-day usage, and things like that. That one guy's going to want a femboy bot. Oh, we talking about Just Dev? Yeah. Just Dev, I see, is definitely going to end up with an uwu femboy bot when they become available. I like how you typed it, fuck are you? Here's the thing about the code issue. It's for a Docker program. I modified the Golang source code to get the feature working. What I changed that made it stop working was the entry point. The shell script, it's just modification to how environment variables are initialized, and now the Go code is not registering the variables in the Golang code. That sounds like deving to me. That's just the typical day working with code. That's why I hate working with a lot of code. That's why I like dealing with more of the administration side of things. Because there's just been so many times where I've looked at my boss and said, I need to go home and work on this project. And he's like, but this is an in-office day. You're supposed to be in the office. And I'm like, do y'all really want to hear me throw every freaking curse word in several different languages because I'm trying to figure out this bug? Although the fun part is, because I'm one of the few, like, diverse people at work, I say most of my curse words in other languages because they don't understand it. Because my mother taught me, if you can't say something nice, you say it in Yiddish. For the Quest 3, I've made an AR world in the VR game Resonite, but it currently requires a PC VR streamer that supports chroma key pass-through. I would save up for a femboy bot and host the AI on an offline server. I am right there with you. So the other thing that, came to mind when it came to these, like, AI bots and everything. So, how do I dance around this without getting too graphic? How does one get a very realistic bot that, shall we say, has the realistic kinds of lubrication? Is that a good way to phrase it? Because you're basically just, screwing a smart fleshlight, if you think about it. It's a fleshlight that talks. And I don't know, like, the whole concept of it's still kind of weird to me, because you're having an emotional attachment to something that is only having artificial feelings for you until we can actually have something past the Turing test. And then the question always is, are those feelings genuine or are they just a program? And I think that's the ultimate philosophical question when it comes around to those kind of things. Not that I'm saying I would shun anyone for wanting to have whatever kind of companionship they want. I mean, for frick's sake, we had the pet rock in the 1980s. Boy Pod. Balena Etcher doesn't want to work when I want to flash a ISO to my USB. Balena Etcher's been kind of weird, I noticed, on and off. It has issues with it. So on Windows, I tend to use Rufus. On Linux, I tend to use the disk utility built into Pop OS these days. You want uploaded intelligence. When you say uploaded intelligence, do you mean like the Fry downloaded Lucy Lou's personality and intelligence into a bot? Hearing this across the room on my TV behind me is a little funny. Oh yeah, just Chief, talking about how we're gonna be fucking robots and shit. Don't you dare talk shit about the pet rock, Rocky. Does anyone actually know anyone whose parent actually had the pet rock? Also, the pet rock is an example. You can convince anyone to buy anything. Yeah, Ventoy is also good too. But Ventoy, I've had occasional issues with Ventoy too. Occasional. It's still a great tool, don't get me wrong. Rufus is failing to write ISO Pop OS to USB for some reason. That's weird. I ain't seen that happen. Human mind and machine. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That'll be interesting. So I think that'll be interesting is, when we can actually upload one's conscience into a robot. Because then at that point, the question is, can we redefine death? Because at that point, if we can upload one's consciousness into a new body, would we define death as the... How do I word this? The complete ceasing of consciousness and conscious, thought, rather than the death of one's physical form. Because then, if we start doing a thing like Ghost in the Shell, where your body is just a shell, we could redefine not only one, what it means to be human, but two, what it means to be alive. I think that'd be interesting. Scary as fuck, but interesting. Ever seen the show Upload? No. Leela, not Lucy Lou. Rocco needs to get thrown away because I agree with Elmo. I have an Elmo upstairs. I should bring it down here. Set it on YouTube. Wait, what? What did you say on YouTube? Is it failing because of my USB? Could that be the reason why Rufus is failing? It is a potential reason. There's so many reasons that I've seen disk image writing fail. Bad disk, bad image, bad connection, memory controller issues. Like, anything down the path is a potentiality. You could have downloaded a version of the ISO that somehow got corrupted in the download. So maybe do a SHA 256 sum check. Make sure it matches up. So the file, we can check the integrity of it. That could be one thing. It could be the application writing it. It could be the flash drive itself. There's so many different variables that go on. You just gotta try all the different options. There's a show that explains it called Upload. Where is it? I might look at watching it after I finish with Black Clover. I'm only on episode 44. I decided to watch Black Clover after I finished Dragon Ball Super. And I also watched like 7 seasons of The Office. My effing bank didn't send the money to Discover because they're effing idiots. What do you mean they didn't? Stupid bank. Alright, Dev, here's what you do. I want you to walk into that bank, but stop by a grocery store on the way. Pick up a fish. Make sure it still has the head attached. And I want you to come up to the teller and smack them with the fish. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. But it'd be funny, huh? Altered Carbon was pretty good. I only saw a couple episodes of it before I went squirrel. Happy Christmas and Kwanzaa, Eric. Pantheon, haven't seen that one. Ghost in the Shell is the best live action movie ever of an anime. I have not seen the live action. And here's one of the things. I love Scarlett Johansson. Still haven't seen her in it. Not that there's anything there. It's just one of those things like, it's kind of hard for me to look at Motoko Kusanagi and look at Scarlett Johansson and think Scarlett Johansson fits that part. It just brain don't compute. It's one of those things. Eventually I'll get around to watching it. But yes, Ghost in the Shell, one of my all-time favorite animes. In fact, I don't think you've ever noticed this. Let me see, can I get the camera to, if you look, I don't know, can we zoom in? That's Motoko. I love Ghost in the Shell. This is Motoko Kusanagi with some of the cords coming out of her and stuff like that. But yeah, I love Ghost in the Shell. I love that show. I think it's so great. It was one of my first animes I got introduced to when I was younger. It really evoked some really, you know, lofty ideals of what is a human and things like that. And I think it was really great how they addressed the future wars and stuff like that, like how America shifted into a economic strategy of perpetual war and stuff like that. Really awesome. Really awesome. Upload is on Amazon. Okay. I completely removed the variable and now the code works. Why? Also mid-ad for the next 60 sec. Okay. So, Marith, you know what's even worse than that? You ever had that time where you have a block of code in there? You don't know what the fuck that code does. But if you remove that code, everything breaks. Those are the ones that drive me up the wall more. Because then people are like, well, what's this block of code do? I don't know, but if I remove it, it breaks everything. Happy Christmas, Hanukkah. Didn't know you were Jewish. You know what surprises me? A lot of people didn't figure that out. I was waiting for the ad to tell you. Okay, let's see. Yeah, that looks amazing. What, the food I'm eating or the stuff we're talking about? I think Discover charged my savings account. I'll figure out what I'm gonna do. That's weird. Yeah, so I had an issue actually a while ago where they charged the wrong savings account because with my credit union, you can have up to 99 savings accounts. So what I do is I have buckets for all of my bills and expenses, and it connected to the wrong savings account. F off, Just Dev. You've seen enough Jewish jokes between you and me personally that you know I'm Jewish. My email's after that anime. Oh, yeah. Okay. Amazon Prime. Waiting for the ad to tell you. If you can upload your intelligence into a hard drive and somehow upload it into another body, which version of you is the real you? Or, I'll do you one better. Everyone talks about when we're going to have teleportation. You will never see me be a fan of teleportation. Here's why. Teleportation is the act of destroying your physical presence in one location, taking all that data, transmitting it to another place, and then reassembling you. Essentially what it's doing is it's killing you in one spot and reviving you in the next. Prove the soul exists. Well, I mean, there's soul food. Gotcha, bitch. Soul food. I don't know what else I have after that. I don't know. Dude, I had that early in Golang. I had a chunk of code that when removed caused Windows Defender to delete the source code file when I tried to run the code from source. Yep. I bet they didn't know the other thing about you. What other thing? That I'm really not a real man? I'm really just a puppet named Pinocchio? If the soul exists, you don't have to worry about teleportation. It also teleports your soul. Yeah. Well, that's not a problem for gingers then, is it? Thank you for the volley, Billy Billions. Thank you for that. Why is your nose not getting longer? Because one can only be so Jewish. No, we don't need to prove the soul. We need to prove that gingers had a soul to begin with. That is the bigger question here, okay? What distro would you recommend for a beginner? I generally recommend Pop! OS, which is the same one that I actually rock myself. It works pretty well. There's a lot out there. Some people like Linux Mint. There's also Zorin. Some people go straight to Ubuntu, but the honest truth, I would say is that plain Ubuntu is kind of eh. If you're going to go for an Ubuntu-based distribution, just go for Pop! OS. Yeah. Linux Mint, Pop! OS, Zorin. If you're on a Raspberry Pi OS, known as Raspbian, pretty straightforward. That was weird. I was coughing and I was hiccuping. Suck the soul out of a ginger. So I used to date a ginger that, well, I sucked her soul out through a different way, but...
She even caught me on camera. Standing there, she never took her eyes off me.
Wait, cat food was recalled. Is Pop! OS and Mac OS look alike? It is. It looks a little bit more like Mac, but it has a lot more polish than standard Ubuntu. NVIDIA drivers are pre-installed if you want as well. Overall, I think it's just a much, much better, it's my preferred daily driver Linux. Personal preference. So, sorry, I got the hiccups. Here's the thing. With Linux, you have this thing that Mac and Windows don't give you. It's called choice. So here's what I'm going to tell you is, try them all out. You may end up finding that, yeah, I'm not a fan of Mint either. I'm just putting that out there. But some people like it. But I would tell people, Mint has its own weirdness with things. If you want a Windows look-alike one, Zorin's probably a little bit better. But try them all. You can customize all the Linuxes to basically look however you want. And if you want something more like Windows-like, look for something that use KDE Plasma desktop. Yeah, I guess you could go with Kubuntu. But you can always install KDE and Pop! OS and stuff like that. No, we're not putting Rust in the Linux kernel. That is final. That is your take. The honest truth is, I'm not opposed to Rust being in the Linux kernel. Because, from what I understand, not a huge developer. Just a cybersecurity engineer guy. Rust has a lot more restrictions around the memory usage and stuff like that. And other things that can make it overall more secure than C. So. I use LXDE on an old laptop. LXDE is nice. A little bit basic, but it's nice. Very light. But I'm still more of a fan of XFCE as to opposed to LXDE. But both of them are nice, lightweight desktops that, at that point, I would say personal preference. Do whatever you want. Those SD iPod HDD replacement boards. Wait, what? Myself as an Arch user, Arch is pretty good, but to ban someone who's new to Linux. I use Endeavor, which uses Arch as the base. Yeah, you don't need to ask someone if they're an Arch user, they'll just tell you. An Arch user, a vegan, a Bitcoin user, a CrossFit bro, all walk into a bar. Who says their thing first? No, I haven't. It threw me off when you're like iPod HDD replacement board. What's up, Zikne? As you see here, Chief 3D eating a salad. Such a marvelous creature. As he eats his lips smack together like a happy couple on a Friday night. Who is putting water in their Linux to make Rust? That's funny. I'll have to remember that one. It's definitely not for everyone. Not being said in a gatekeeper way, it just isn't. Yeah, it isn't. Arch annoyed the shit out of me because of how many times things would break just from updates sometimes. It has its purpose. It's just not for me. I like the fact that I can turn on my Pop! OS box, do all the work I need to do, and not have to deal with the system most of the day. I probably, the hell is this? An Amazon link for something. Oh! The Tarkon boards. Yeah, I got one of those in my iPods. So wait. You have to put that in your laptop? So for those not familiar with what I'm talking about, we're talking about this. It literally used an iPod hard drive. So you got one of those weird, what is it, 1.6, 1.8 inch hard drives, like I stole my parts here. So you're talking about, I'm probably one of the very few content creators that literally has this in a desk. This is what's tripping me up. You literally have one of these drives in your laptop with like the tiny ass little PATA cable over here. This little guy that you have to flip up with the tiny ass, flexible ribbon cable. What the fuck? They actually had those in laptops? I've never seen that outside of a MacBook Air. I've only seen these in a MacBook Air. Like the first gen MacBook Airs. Not the recent ones. I'm talking about when MacBook Airs first were released. They had these shitty ass PATA hard drives in there that died all the time because these are not meant for wear and tear. These were great for iPods. That is weird as shit. So what did you get for the holiday? Food. Hanukkah's not really a time you give out gifts. That's more of an Americanized thing. Jeez, I have not seen... How old is that laptop to have a PATA connection? Because that's PATA. Like, that is pre-SATA. Like, I'm not even joking. I think that was like 66 megabits a second, maybe 100, 133, somewhere around there. Does it have a bunch of pins? Not just PATA. Match with hammer. No, I kind of keep it around just because I like to see it. What are you getting stuck on? Oh. Okay. I see. Your runner's getting caught trying to set the thing up and run the example. Gotcha. Dell Latitude D430. Jeez, I haven't seen those in a minute. Are you streaming on laptop or PC? I stream on a desktop. Main desktop's over here. The actual box that's doing the streaming is right over here. Damn, I actually had some frame drops, it looks like, a little bit earlier. Is it due to network? Yep. Dropped about 17k frames from a network thing. PATA and IDE is the same. Yeah, but I was comparing PATA and SATA. Two different things. Yes, it is around 24 megabytes a second. Nice. Oh, you redeemed the treat for the dog. Barack! Ari! You missed the old slide-in CPUs? You mean the slot CPUs? Like the Pentium 3s? Come here, Ari. Okay. Shav. 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 Tokal. Good boy. Ari. Shav. Shav. Lamala. Lamala. Good boy. You speak Hebrew to the dog? Yeah. I teach them their commands in Hebrew because I don't want random people being able to command my dogs. And I know enough of it that I can actually give them commands. And actually, a lot of the military and police dogs are trained in German and Hebrew, I learned. Because apparently there's something with how guttural it is or something like that that they can connect with. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I was told. Happening is Docker is being an inconsistent little bitch. That's Docker in general. What breed is that dog? I got 2 dogs. So the older dog, Ari. Buena, yella. That's Barack. Ari is the older one. Come here, Ari. Come here, buddy. Come here, Ari. Fuck off, Barack. No one wants you right now. This is Ari. He is gonna be 6, 7. You're old. Good boy. He is a Jack Russell Australian Red Heeler mix. He's my best boy. He's a good dog. He's a good dog. Yeah. Okay. And then we got Barack over here. Barack. This guy. He is an Old English sheepdog mixed with husky. And then I think there's like a small, like 5-10% maybe, pit bull. Like very small. He's just a little bit bigger than Ari. He just turned 1. Yeah, these are my boys. You speak to that one in Spanish? No, not in Spanish. In Hebrew. Mods with the auto mod. That is the dog's actual name. But, his name is Barack, as in lightning, and then Aryeh, as in lion. I actually named him after someone I knew that was so hyper. And he was hyper as well. So, Ari became Ari for that reason. You're gonna be 7. I gotta look at my calendar to see how old you are. Your birthday is on my phone. You were born in March. Barack was born in November. Easy go, boy. You gotta go, boy. I love my dogs. Dogs are better than people. Let's make that very clear here. Dogs are better than people. Not actually linking the containers networking. Oh, okay. You'd add more RAM to the thing. Always download more RAM. I had the AMD version of the package CPU. Oh, interesting. I never got to play with the AMD, was it the K CPUs and all that, because I was a little too young to get in around that time. Ever saw a Rottweiler herd sheep? No, I have not. That's interesting. Bro named his dog bitch. You want one better? I had a dog growing up. We named Kelev. Do you know what Kelev means in Hebrew? It means dog. We named my dog Dog. I have 2 dogs, Corey and... That's Suka? I think That's Suka. Yeah. I think. Did I pronounce that right? Look, I have very, very rudimentary understanding of Cyrillic, but that looked like Suka. So my question is, do you ever go up to anyone and ever say, yo, that's my bitch? I think this is one of those times when people just start realizing, wow, Chief actually is not a straight white dude. I actually am a man of culture. I've got a lot of worldly knowledge and experience. One of my friends, no, she is a Brazilian Mastiff. So you named your Brazilian Mastiff a Russian name? Nah, dude, I'm just white passing. Have you seen my hot sauce collection? Have you seen my spice rack? I am just an albino Arab, I will have you know. I was playing Kingdom Hearts today. Kingdom Hearts is one of those games I've always wanted to play, just never got the ability to do it. Because I've never had a PlayStation. I've always wanted a PlayStation, but now that I have adult money, I can't justify buying it. It's on Steam. Oh, it is? Well then, that might change everything. So, we'll get around to playing that. I still got to do, well, I mean, we got to do Wolfenstein tonight. But, I will also, what was it? I also bought Elden Ring. So we're going to be playing that in 2025. I got BioShock 1 and 2 because I wanted to replay those. I've also been wanting to do Elder Scrolls 3, 4, and 5. Oh, yeah. There's another game I've been wanting to play that the demo came out was called Side Wars. Have any of you played Advance Wars on Game Boy? The Game Boy Advance? Because Side Wars is like kind of like the spiritual successor to that. Here, I can at least... Warside, not Side Wars. This game right here. This is basically an Advance Wars spiritual successor that's coming out. So I saw this on the Gaming on Linux website, and I'm like, now I gotta bookmark this. So I am very much looking forward to it. This should be fun. There's already a demo they released out, so I'll eventually be playing the demo. Maybe not tonight. We got Wolfenstein to do. Yep. I know your pain. That is why I don't do coding. That is why I'd rather be in the position that I'm in. War Forward made the remake. Okay. Well, this is from First Break Labs. The developer is Lava Bird. But yeah, I am very much looking forward to seeing what games come out in 2025. Hopefully it's a lot better than what it was in the past couple of years. But also, it's been really hard to find games that you just vibe with. I'm honestly really lucky. Jan 27th, I'm starting a program to get me an IT fundamental certification, not a degree. Nice. Who are you getting the cert through? Reminder, the founder's wife was worried that Shantae would be a sex symbol. She was right. Who is Shantae? Oh, that was a video game. Huh. Yep. Rule 34. I swear learning to code is just hard for beginners. You need to learn a lot of stuff like syntax. Not so much syntax. It's more just how to structure your different things, because Yitz can shift into different languages. He's been doing it for like 20 some odd years and all that. He does Node.js mostly and stuff like that. But yeah, I think coding is a lot harder than a lot of the other sides, because the other ones can give you better feedback than coding, because coding often will just, it either works or it doesn't until you program in the errors and capturing it and all these different, things. Oh. So anyway. We'll wait until this ad break finishes up here. I was just trying to burn through some time while I was trying to peck away at my dinner over here before we shift into the killing Nazis section of this video. Cool. Thank you, Just Dev. Thank you for the clips. Oh! Wait, I'm gonna wait 38 seconds to announce this. Alright, so I do have some good news. Something amazing happened today. Hold up. 14 seconds. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I really don't think you want 24 clips for both YouTube and TikTok. Yeah, makes sense. So, I have a really awesome announcement. Today, we finally crossed a milestone. So, as you know, I've been on YouTube trying to make content, and I really started giving it a proper go back in August. Lost weight. No, I need to work on that goal too. Hush you. I just hit 2,000 subscribers over on YouTube. Of course, the unfortunate part is I still haven't made a single penny off of YouTube yet. But we'll get there. Because once YouTube and all that gets monetized, I have agreements that I'm working on to give a percentage to my team. Because I'm trying to pay my team before I pay myself for all this content. Plus, as well as the fact that I'm trying to get away from TikTok. Because TikTok right now, for better or worse, is still giving me like 3/4 of my operating revenue, which gives me the other quarter. But YouTube is definitely the place I will probably be going, especially with shorts and all of that stuff. I probably will be reactivating my Instagram in the near future, especially if TikTok goes the way of the dodo, because I need to get my clips and all that from my Twitch and everything out there. I'm gonna have an entire longer YouTube giving my thoughts and my feelings on the entire TikTok thing. It's upsetting. I might be losing about 370,000 people that have been following me for several years, how I started my content and everything like that. But at the same time, TikTok has fallen off so much from what it used to be that it's a bittersweet thing that, for better or worse, it gave me the kick in the pants I needed to expand into different content, whether it would be Twitch and YouTube and getting into Blue Sky and Mastodon and all of these different things. So, yeah. Want YouTube and IG to have the same clips, or you want me to move TikTok clips to just be IG clips? So I gotta play with Instagram's format, but I think what we're gonna probably want to do is have the watermarking on Instagram, similar to what we're starting to do with the YouTube side of things, with the Twitch and YouTube logos. But I don't know what the requirements are in terms of time for Instagram are. I know YouTube just allowed 3-minute shorts, but I haven't seen the ability for me to upload 3-minute shorts. So that's something that I'm going to have to play around with and figure out. But yeah. In the meantime, that was such a cool achievement. I have reached 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I am thankful for everyone, of course, that has been part of this entire journey. Where I need to be with my code, just got to figure out why the F there is a 500 error. Yeah, those 500 errors can be really annoying and tricky. Alright. So, now, it's time for us to kill some Nazis. We're going to be continuing on Wolfenstein the New Order in our Burn the Reich, Light the Menorah segment. Of course, you can still talk tech and everything like that. I still got chat and everything up here. Just because we're playing a game doesn't mean the tech fun stops. But, yeah. Looks like the repo is being checked and the test is being created without permissions or in the wrong area. Yeah, I don't really do a lot in the ways of compiling code and stuff. So I'm not the best person to troubleshoot that kind of stuff. But let me let you know that I completely sympathize, or is it empathize? Empathize, I think is the right word, with your pains and everything. Having been slowly teaching myself to Dockerize applications. Although I'm probably going to switch from Docker to Rancher because of licensing issues. We were talking about it at work a few months ago. So at work, we're moving from Terraform to OpenTofu and Docker to Rancher because of some licensing issues going on. Rancher is just a open source version of Docker. All right. So if I remember, we were in the prison. Blaskowitz gets tattooed because he's a prisoner.
Find, set, raw. Count to 4. Inhale.
Yeah, it's still running all the same things Docker does. It's just, as of right now, it's a licensing change. One of the things I'm going to be doing when I, get to,
The first day is tough, my friend. Clear to accept. It gets no easier.
I have a break that I took PTO for after the first. I was going to spend a few hours trying to add Blue Sky posting to my Twitch poster for Mastodon.
Now I just try to survive.
And then what I wanted to do was pass a secrets manager to it, Doppler specifically. And then I wanted to,
Jay want to go there? Jay need a rector uniform.
Dockerize it.
Look for a prisoner over there, by your right, dressed in a block.
It's like the difference between code and VS Code. More or less. Rancher. R-A-N-C-H-E-R. What is Docker anyway? It's a way for you to sandbox different apps to have them containerized. It's more of a user space separation versus a operating system separation. Like, you can have virtual machines with different Docker containers. Alright, we gotta break the machine. Here we go. Closer to a KVM, but even that's stretching it. Yeah, it's just a container for it. That's how I explain it. It gives user space separation versus isolating the whole OS and stuff. It's kind of like running a virtual machine, sort of, but not.
Milo, I know where they keep your wife.
Who are you?
I'm in the same block as her.
You sure? She's not dead. Oh God, she lives.
If you're willing to swap uniforms, you can find out for yourself.
Okay. Hurry.
Okay, so gotta swap uniforms. Yeah, so the licensing was mostly around Docker Desktop. Docker CLI, perfectly fine. But I know, I wanted to... Yeah, it's just a different license. But I wanted to familiarize myself with Rancher more. Because I know at work we're shifting to it, as well as, Spacelift. And Spacelift is gonna be our, our infrastructure as code management platform. Yeah, a lot of the things I'm doing are to be more comfortable with the stuff we're doing at work, or planning to do at work.
East to west.
They need to make another Wolfenstein game. These are great. By the way, I've been trying for days to get Wolfenstein 2009 to work on Linux. I've gotten as far as,
So much muscle if it's equal.
getting it to not run because it doesn't see the CD.
Source of the Nazi technology. I'm here to rescue you.
You're here to let this is
I treat Docker like how I treat Arch.
who will rescue him.
That you go up to a bar and just tell people, "Hi, I'm an Arch user. My name is Menorah."
Betray the secrets of Das here.
No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
People are dying. The resistance calls on you.
So it's a transaction of sorts, right? My personal freedom for the secrets I swore to keep. Sacrifice my honor on the altar of righteousness. Well, permit me a moment to consider, Shimshin.
Personally, I don't like the UI for a lot of things.
Here's my proposition to you.
I still use the CLI.
Closing this place down and I will seat you.
Yes, I can use the pop shop to update all my flat packs and my Debian packages.
Project.
But
Machine there.
I still prefer opening up the command line.
Technology I
There's very few things that I do GUI-wise.
Don't look at this so bluntly. This I can seize control over that machine, level the gates of this place free. Everyone, I only miss one more part.
Name it.
That's a power source. Now, that machine, well, its electrical systems are powered by a detonic.
The other thing is,
Find the detonic battery at the service.
what's interesting. Okay, we gotta find the battery in this game.
Block 6. If you can disable the automatic security system.
I love how this is getting like so Ocean's 11.
Make it into Block 6. I believe that there, at the guards barracks, there's a control module. It controls the security system.
So like the interesting thing is,
A way in.
I find it so interesting that a lot of Windows people get so hung up on the fact that in Linux, they're like, well, in Linux, you're going to have to use a command line and everything like that. And they get so hung up on the fact that you can't use the GUI for everything. And it surprises the hell out of them when I say you still use the command line in Windows for a lot of things, too. Ugh.
Oh, God. Stench in here.
Is there an FPS issue with the game? I'm not seeing any dropped frames. And I'm doing a 2 PC setup, so everything that I'm seeing should be brought over at however many frames a second it is. Here. Let's pull up my Twitch just to make sure. Stream manager. No, it's looking fine on my phone. During the cutscene, it felt like the game was running below 30 frames. That's weird. Looked fine for me. I don't see any network drops during that time either. So, I don't know. If it keeps happening, we'll go over it. But yeah, as I was saying, I found that it was interesting that a lot of Windows users, they always have the hang up on, well, Linux, I gotta, use a command line. And I'm like, in Windows, you're gonna use command line more. Well, Linux is so complicated. And I'm like, bro, Windows is complicated. And like, no, it's not. I gotta use a command line. I'm like, you use a command line and a text editor to do 99% of things in Linux. Now, you think about Windows, oh, I gotta edit this thing, I gotta open up Control Panel. Oh, I gotta edit this thing, I gotta open up the Service Manager. Oh, I gotta edit this thing, I gotta open up the Group Policy Editor. Oh, I gotta edit this thing, now I gotta open up, the Windows Server Manager. Oh, I gotta edit this thing, I gotta open up the features setup. And there's a lot more to going to setting up and configuring Windows than there is a Linux system. Oh, second monitor. That could do it, yeah, okay. I'm trying to make sure y'all got a good experience with this. I'm gonna kill you. Leaving me with 5 points left there. How gracious. Oh, I gotta be a little bit more stealthy. Because I could have sworn, like, you walk up to them. Oh, you gotta be in stealth mode. Alright, let's go kill some Nazi stormtroopers. So I am curious, what's up the stairs over there? Goddamn moon Nazis. Illinois Nazis. I hate Illinois Nazis. Get this Nazi commander down. Oof. Sorry, buddy. Couldn't get there sooner. Could have sworn there was another Nazi. Right there. Just keep staring there. You dead.
It's gotta be here. The control module for the security systems. Security systems disabled. Need to find. It's set.
Alright, so now... That door can't be opened. Get past the security system. See, now I'm curious. What's this way? Okay, we got some papers. Got a little bit of health. Alright, let's go downstairs. I could have sworn there was another Nazi torturing some dude. Nope. Just a little bit of armor, I think there was. Oh, so that's how I came in. Okay. Go back the other way. You know, I still like the Wolfenstein 2009 game a little bit better, which was the predecessor to this. But, I just haven't been able to play that in years. I think I last played it on an Xbox 360. Yep, put that knife away, Blazkowicz. Where do I gotta go? I think I gotta go to set over there. Oop. Where the hell am I supposed to go? No. Oh, there we are.
Sometimes we have to find other ways of resistance than violence. The slightest adjustment of the chemicals destabilizes the mixture. Structural soundness erodes, mold develops. Security systems.
It's done.
Wow, Shimshin. What is your name, Igor?
Blazkowicz.
Blazkowicz, yes, Blazkowicz. So, now the security systems are disabled. You can go past this gate, back through the factory, out the blue gate inside Block 6 where the command control building is located. Sneak inside, get the detonic battery. Please act urgently before anyone notices what you have done. Verzlachai, Engel.
What's that?
That's good luck.
The story in this game is just so great, I think. Because I think, unlike the earlier not Wolfenstein games, it was just, you're here to kill Nazis. Kill Nazis. It's, you're killing Nazis. This is what they're doing. Not just usual Nazi shit. Now go kill Nazis. They also need to make another Doom game. Although I haven't really finished Doom Eternal. Although Doom Eternal, I kind of was thrown off by a lot of their mechanics.
Here we are.
It didn't feel doomy enough. Oh, it's that crazy bitch. Okay. Can't believe anyone would want to have kids with you.
Here somewhere.
Max health, max armor. Shit's gonna happen. Nope, no hidden goodies there.
Frau Engel's room. Can smell her perfume.
Ow, angles. That crazy bitch. Alright, we got the documents. Come on. Walk away. Hey, there's another guy. See a shadow at the table, but I do hear coughing. And you know what I also hear? A Nazi dying. Okay, so you sound like you're off to the right. I hear him right to my right. Yep, he's right there. He's gonna get alarmed in a sec when he sees the body. So let's take him down. Ugh, this is one of the more stealthy parts of the game. I want to get to the shooting already. Got an Enigma code piece. Okay. That door's locked. Can't open it. Fucking dog. Well, they're dead at least. Just a tiny miscalculation, but we're good. Alright, so let's get going. Who's the next ones? Yeah. Gonna kill you soon. When do I get a gun? I wanna kill some Nazis.
You guys take shekels? Just got back from a trip to Israel. All I got is a fistful of shekels.
Ein Saboteur! Hier, den erkenne ich von der Selektion wieder.
Nein. Noch davor, Bobby. Der Nachtzug.
Oh, so now they recognize me from the train.
Ein Amerikaner?
Well, they figured out who I actually am.
Allen Insassen von Block 4. Sollte eine eindrückliche Warnung sein für all die Schweine, die an einen Aufstand gedacht haben. Alarmiert sie ans Haus.
Jawohl, Lagerkommandant. Dabei muss ich aber nicht dabei sein, oder? Der Gestank dieses Ortes. Nee.
Mach, was du willst. What were you thinking, you stupid idiot?
That I wanted to kick your ass.
Weitermachen, der Faust!
You have it!
Was soll das? Leuchtet ein Befehl, verdammter Blecheimer!
That's right, you damn Nazi bitch.
You're crying. You will die like vermin. I will hunt you down. Great of the earth, I will fight you. Your skin shard. Your fats rendered. Your kind exterminated.
How are you talking when you got your jaw broken?
To the furnace!
Ooh. I'm surprised she even will survive that.
Take a seat, big man.
We get to ride the Big Mac.
Return to the camp. Open the garage door, steal a vehicle, and crash through the gate. Let's go.
Kick the tires, light the fires. We got some Nazis to kill. Oh, fuck you in the tower. Fuck you over on the bridge. And fuck you over there. Oh, you want some too? Who wants some next?
Let's go blast them in. Left Blazkowicz!
All right, open the gates.
Protect them, Mr. Blazkowicz! Not the truck, not the truck! Take that vehicle, but wait for us! We will lead the way!
Prison break, come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, thank you. Come on. All right. Did we kill enough of them? No, you can never kill enough Nazis.
No one leaves my camp.
Hate to make compliments, but I might have underestimated the usefulness of your ape-like physique, Mr. Blazkowicz.
That you should. Tell me. What is it?
Das Yichud is an ancient, mystical society. For millennia, we have operated with utmost secrecy up until right now.
What do? Do you pray?
No, Mamale, we don't pray. We invent things, Mamale. The technology developed by Das Yichud is centuries ahead of anything you've ever seen or imagined, and highly dangerous in the wrong hands. The Nazis found our safekeep. They stole our secrets. They used them to win the war. Everything.
See you later, Meredith.
Accomplished. Everything was
Hanukkah Sameach to you, Andrew.
knowledge, but it wasn't our only safekeep. We have hundreds of them hidden in the secret places of the world. Hundreds, some small and tentative like the ones the Nazis found. Others, great halls of knowledge stacked high, magnificent inventions, things that to you will seem like magic. Now, I can open for you the gates to such a place. Getting there will be a challenge.
What will it take?
Well, the safekeep is hidden deep below the Atlantic Ocean. We will
Pour myself some wine here.
capable of great.
We have
That's all.
Orlana,
Stealing a goddamn nut.
Vinho Verde, Portuguese wine.
Are you off your head, man?
Take out a few extra for me,
I
brother.
know how to get
You
it.
got it.
But for my plan to work, I need this thing operational. Can you do it?
I'm a Das Yichud engineer. I can do this in my sleep.
Good. We would need some
For those not aware, I have a actual wine fridge underneath my desk here for the San Pellegrino, the energy drinks, and of course, the Portuguese wine.
Oh, say you good, say you good. Oh, Mr. Blazkowicz, I will need some welding equipment, please.
Okay.
Yes.
We need a welder. If I remember, they will be over in Wait, they're not in the hand. Oh, wait.
What do you want, Blazkowicz?
Looking for the welder. You seen it?
No, I don't think so. Oh, wait a minute. No, you're right, you're right. I was meaning to sort out the railing over by the secret fountain entrance. Fucking thing fell out of my hand into the...
Oh, yeah. And then
the moment, but
Yitz made some latkes over here.
The door to the secret fountain entrance is in the main room behind the table. Go over there and...
So we got some potato latkes here with applesauce. I know some people like sour cream with their latkes, but that just feels like too many calories. Wait, where the hell is the welding equipment?
You won't rest until what needs doing is done. Your own insane mind, maybe?
I didn't pay attention to where he said it'd be. Wait, no. Is it back up there? No, that's not it. Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's just my wedding ring. It's gone. I'm always so clumsy. I lost it when we got back. It's not worth much, but it's all I have left of him. My dear Sebastian.
Dropped in the water by the secret fountain entrance. I should head out by the big yellow door. Oh yeah, that's right. There's no prisoners there.
Sorry, pal. Don't mean to, derail your train of thought, but I need to get through that door.
Oh yeah, that's right. He got shot.
What I think about, I'd rather not think about.
That bad, huh?
Jay would think that when Jay seen what I have, your mind would break like an egg. How come it has not? Well, maybe it has begun already and I just don't know it.
World changing. No matter who you are or what you're made of. Thing is, you and me, we just gotta ride the whirlwind. Make it through to the other side.
And kill all the Nazis?
Kill all the Nazis.
I like that.
You a celebration, Veneer, that time comes.
You're on.
Alright, we got the
Fenster geschaut und gesehen, wie ein paar schwarz gekleidete Männer mit den Nachbarn redeten. Die Frau weinte mit ihrem Neugeborenen auf dem Arm. Und dann bin ich wieder ins Bett.
what's he going on about?
Nebenan eine Weile nicht einschlafen. Am nächsten Morgen waren sie weg. Die ganze Familie.
Oof.
So.
Was haben sie getan?
That's bleak.
Keine Ahnung. Ich wüsste nicht was.
Wir dürfen nicht auffallen. Nur eine verdorbene Frucht und der ganze Korb ist hinüber.
They just got disappeared. Alright, let's get up the ladder over here. Where the hell am I supposed to go from here? Okay, so obviously there's the... Oh, there they are. Alright, let's climb the ladder. The mold was planted by terrorists. It's carrying some kind of disease. That is a little bit too close to our base. Let's get that topped off. Oh god. Those are super soldier tanks. And that is why we're dropping them. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh. I kill them both? Already? Only 30 bits of armor? I would have thought you had more. 40. Alright. That's not ominous at all. See him through the window. I've seen him trying on his mother's lipstick. Ma'am, I'm not trained to judge these things. You need to go to Citizen Information Office. I forgot, yeah. Alright, we got our machine gun back. What else do we have? Interesting map layout where you have all these crawl spaces like this. Alright, let's keep going. We're gonna hump our way through. This is Wolfenstein: The New Order.
All that work for a lousy welder. Next time you go get it, Fergus.
Captain Blazkowicz, thank you.
Alright, let's see. Is there anything up here? It's just spray can. Dash the toilet. Alright, let's see about getting Fergus the welder. Wait, no. It wasn't Fergus that needed the welder. It was Set.
Mr. Blazkowicz, can you obtain for me some welding equipment? Oh, Isha Koach, Shimshon, Isha Koach. That's all I need. Or actually, would you deliver this note to Anya? She will need the frequency of the transponder to track the thing.
Anya's across the room.
William. Do you have a moment?
Hast du Blazkowicz gesehen? Schon wieder mit dieser Unsinn. Mein Gott, was ist nur los mit diesen Leuten?
I want this. With you. Like this. Always.
It will happen, William. Believe it.
Finish not your dirty laundry. We're leaving.
But not today.
Listen to my voice, Blazkowicz. Where you are now, inside sewage tunnels, the intestinal tracts of the city, and deeper below, the Berlin catacombs, the West complex, the most secure site in all Berlin, the central munition stockpile.
Oh yeah, we get the submersibles.
Things we could do with those weapons. Riot. We revolt. This access route is waterlogged, impenetrable to outsiders. There's only one way to breach across the perimeter. It's a tunnel glider. The Nazis use them for maintenance down there. We've been trying for years to bring it up to working order. This is the first phase of the plan to gain access to Set's underwater safety. Use the tunnel glider to find a way into the weapons depot in the Berlin catacombs. Anya has agreed to track your position over the transponder and provide tactical support. Good luck there, Blazkowicz. These are deep waters. William, can you hear me? You have to make your way all the way through the sewer tunnels and into the Berlin catacombs. I'll try to guide you through.
Alright, let's get through the tunnels. Because I want to get back to the shooting of the Nazis.
Exit the tunnel glider to neutralize obstacles in your way. Don't lose track of the tunnel glider. It's your only source of oxygen.
I was a kid. The red tide was rising. Went in the water on account of disobeying father. Felt like my skin was on fire. Like my skin was on fire.
You are right underneath the Eisenwald prison now. Caroline
greasy, filthy leeches.
There we go. Alright. On to the next stop. God damn it. Let's go.
William, I have something I want to tell you. I've been reading this diary my grandmother gave me. It's my cousin Ramona's diary. She used to work with us at the asylum. She's dead now, but she had many secrets inside of her, and there was no one she could trust to keep them. So she wrote them all down. I will radio the diary entries to your audio log. If you find the time, you can listen.
It's in Polish, but I'll translate. Ramona writes, May 11th. It's in Polish.
This section.
Wait. Hold on.
It's in Polish, but I'll translate. Ramona writes, May 11th, 1940. I've only been back home for 3 days, and now the Nazis have arrived in town. They killed Jakub Brozek. He was shot in the head. His horse was blocking the road. He taught me how to French kiss. I'm going to do something about this situation.
About French kissing?
It's been out of commission for a long
Or the Nazis shooting him in the head?
might still be manually operable.
Okay, so I gotta reposition the pump wheels.
Swam many water in my days. None as cold as this.
The deep basin was used to regulate overflow. You will have to find a way to reach the platform on the other side.
Alright, I guess we gotta raise the water level so we can get our tunnel glider through.
May 12th, 1940. The Nazis have taken over the police station. They're asking local people to volunteer for service. I'm going to volunteer. I'm going to find a way to kill them.
There we go. Come on. Let's get to our tunnel glider. Sweet. Wait, is there nothing in this room here for me to do with the tunnel glider? So, is it just a matter of I gotta carry on to the next part from over here? Alright, let's get going. I always forget that I just can't do left and right in this. Oh. More Nazi treasures. Nope, dead end. Alright, let's keep going. Whee! Do a barrel roll. So that was the pump room. So where the hell am I supposed to go? Oh, am I supposed to... Okay. There we go.
This is as far as the tunnel glider will take you.
May 18th, 1940. Daytime, I care for the sick working at the asylum. On the evenings, I go to town to prepare supper for the Nazis at the police station. They seem to trust me. I think I can lure one of them away. If I can get a Nazi alone, I think I can kill him. I have never killed anyone. I don't know how to fight or fire a weapon. I will have to be smart about it. I miss the university. Perhaps what I'm about to do will be a learning experience.
Section you will have to swim. The catacombs are closed.
Age 11. Swam across Forney Lake on a bed over 10 soldiers. It wasn't as dark as this.
Oh, shit. Jesus, that scared me.
June 25, 1940. The Nazi appears to have a very high opinion of his mother. I learned this as he was bleeding to death at the end of my knife in the outhouse next to the bakery. Mutti, Mutti, he whimpered. My hands were shaking, nearly dropped my knife. I had told him I would kiss him, and he let me lead him outside into the night.
Oh, little femme fatale action going on there. Ew.
November 29th, 1940. The Nazi appears to love his sausage. I learned this as he kept on eating his supper, even though the cyanide must have ruined the flavor. His eyes rolled back, all white, yet he kept chewing. The cyanide I stole from my mother's cabinet. At times, I am struck with pangs of remorse. But then, I think of Jakub Brozek.
Yeah, that'll make sense.
Age 19, dove down the well to salvage father's watch, but it wasn't as deep as this. Age 32, swam the cesspools beneath Death's Head's axe slabs, but it wasn't as dirty as this.
Oh yeah, that's right. We do face Death's Head in the 2009 Wolfenstein, which I really do want to get around to playing.
William, directly above you are the catacombs. There's an elevator that can take you right into the weapons depot.
Okay, we got an elevator for a weapons depot.
Ramona writes, May 2nd, 1941. The Nazi appears to become sleepy after climaxing. I learned this as his little soldiers were leaking out of me onto his sheets, and his face turned blue. From the rope I applied to his neck in his slumber. Tomorrow is my 18th birthday.
Jesus.
Excellent, Captain Blazkowicz. You are now inside the weapons depot. This is the second phase of the plan to gain access to sense underwater safekeep. In these munition stocks there is a cargo train. The train is packed full. Small arms, artillery shells, torpedoes and such for distribution to the Nazi war machine. You will steal this train. Small arms we can use to strengthen our fighters, but the real target
Alright,
is securing the
recharge.
This will allow you to board and seize control of a Nazi U-boat. But first things first, steal the train.
Alright, so we're gonna steal a train.
Underground train station north of there. Our people will be waiting for you at the station. Klaus will give you further details on the ground.
Oh, right. Gotta make my own doorways in this game. Oh, right. I remember this section. This used to piss me off.
May 29th, 1941. The Nazi appears to have been brought up lazy. I've learned this when I outran 3 of them carrying a crate of grenades. I think I'm pregnant. I wish I knew how to use a gun.
Jesus. Okay, so we only have my pistol right now, a laser gun, and knives. This is gonna get pretty fun in a second here. Nazi over there. Okay, I know there was a Nazi soldier around here somewhere. I just don't have more than a handgun at the moment.
If you're having trouble starting the train, it could be that the switch for the railway tracks is in the wrong orientation. There should be a control room nearby that will allow you to manipulate the switch.
Okay, so we got that. Okay, there's one Nazi over there. Shit. That door opens from the other side. Fuck it. We're doing it. Good. Commander's down. Let's clean up the riffraff. How the hell did you not fire on me? I was right in front of you, goddammit. I refuse to believe that was all of them. Because I usually remember this was a much bigger fight. And there's a super soldier that kicks out somewhere. Yup! Eat shit and die. There we go. Alright, let's break open these boxes. Get a little bit of health. Get a little bit of body armor. Get some more ammo. More body armor. And then we'll get this box over here. Some more ammo. Yeah, because normally I remember running all around here and kicking their asses sooner, but for some reason we're doing okay. Oh, now that door is over there. Okay. So I think I got the shotgun that was over here. Yep. So now we can crawl out of there.
Our ground team is in position by the abandoned train station north of your location, William. They will meet you when you get there.
There we go. Don't be such a sauerkraut. Was that it? Just 2 assault soldiers? See, I knew you loved me more. Hello, big boy. Shit! There's 2 of them. Eat shit and die, motherfucker. Shit, I'm about to be boned. Fuck!
Our ground team is in position by the abandoned train station north of your location, William. They will meet you when you get there.
I knew you were gonna pop up around that corner. Alright, let's get humping out here. Get some range between them. Yeah, I knew it. There's an assault trooper. Okay, he's back over there. Let's get to a recharge point. Okay, come on. I got you, you Nazi bastard. All right. Cleared those guys out. Time for the choo-choo train! We're stealing a choo-choo train!
Get out clean? Anyone following you?
No.
No. What do you mean, no? Yes?
I have a friendly face. Delivers to the Nebelyard. Alles in Ordnung, Horst?
Du, nimm nicht so viele Kisten, sonst merken die, dass etwas nicht stimmt.
Ja.
They supply the torpedoes to all the Nazi U-boats in Europe. You will hide in the torpedo. Horst will slip it back into main supply. And you will wake up on a U-boat for breakfast time. Once we have a U-boat, we take it to Set's secret safekeep, yeah? Hey, sailors, get in the way. Bang, bang, soda pop.
Bang, bang, soda pop.
Come on, man. I'll fuck the pig, you just hold the ears. Okay, Karel,
Oh,
Johnny.
fuck the pig, you just sold the
Get
ears.
in the torpedo. Once you board the U-boat, patch this thing into the communication room and raise the antenna buoy. We need radio contact.
The dark dreams seem to fade. Too far out of reach. For now, I just miss the light.
Imagine how long he had to be inside the U-boat for that. We're inside a Nazi U-boat. Shit, no grenades. You gonna pop out the side? Nope. You gonna be dumb enough and let me just shoot you right through that. Bang bang soda pop. Okay, so we're here. Alright. Let's get in.
Circumcision confirmed. Final test.
Wasted too many rounds on that one. Okay, we'll overcharge the health, even though probably not going to matter much. Grenades in a submarine, always useful to blow shit up. Some more Nazi gold. Bean Sesame! Oh, this is Wolfenstein, the New Order. We're killing a bunch of Nazis.
Surrender immediately and you will be treated fairly and in accordance with maritime law.
Ramona's entry. Here's the police station. I learned this while tossing grenades into the building. 7 grenades went in and not a single Nazi came out. Does killing Nazis make me a murderer? Don't know. Don't think so. I'm not a soldier, but this is what soldiers do, and I have to steel myself from emotion, like a soldier does.
August 9th, 1941. The Nazi appears to be highly gullible. I learned this as I pretended I was drowning and he dove in to save me, body armor and all. I had only to apply the gentlest of pressures to push him down until he stopped struggling. I am pregnant. It's not showing, but I think mother suspects. I've decided to find an apartment for myself.
That was a little too close. Okay, we're doing a little bit better this time. Pop your fucking Nazi ass out so I can turn you into some sauerkraut. I see you, motherfucker. Just pop right out. I wing you. Come on. Come on, I can keep doing this. Quit hiding. See? Now you're a good Nazi, because you're dead. Fuck you. I'm just gonna shoot you in the ass. Give you a third asshole. Well, that'd be actually a second asshole. Yeah, just pop your fucking ad out. Turn you from German to Swiss. God damn, you got one on me.
August 30th, 1941. I have my own apartment 2 floors above the bakery. I can't have this Nazi baby inside me anymore. It has to come out. I took some pills from my mother's cabinet. They did not work. All they did was make me sick.
All right. Last bit of Portuguese wine for the evening. Make sure that bottle is sealed up nicely so it doesn't leak in the wine fridge. All right. We're here for one thing and one thing only. Killing Nazis. That's right. Throw your grenade on yourself. Come on.
Circumcision confirmed. Final test.
Shit, I don't have another grenade. Fuck it. Yeah, we got that assault soldier down. I'm about to go up on the second level. Okay, there's got to be one more. Okay, he's got to be on the ground floor. Yeah, there we go. All right. Got this area cleared out. Now let's go do an ammo sweep. Get body armor. I'll take that. Thank you. Some Enigma codes. Take that. Thank you. All right. Ammo sweep done. Oh, I gotta raise the buoys.
Antenna buoys. Cat's in the bag. Bags in the river.
Keep the channel open, Blazkowicz. We are inbound. Tracking your signal. You know what you have here, Captain Blazkowicz?
Whoa.
Eva's hammer, the crown jewel of the Nazi U-boat fleet. There's a nuclear cannon on this boat. Correction. Our nuclear cannon. Some backbone on this here magnificent fucking U-boat, Captain. I'll give him that. Took the decryption keys to the nuclear cannon to his grave.
It won't fire?
Well, not the nuclear warheads, no. There I was, pining to ram a big proper atom bomb down Death's Head's throat.
So let's find decryption keys.
The actual physical nuclear decryption keys are not kept on planet Earth. They're stored at the Nazi lunar base. Well, Cap intelligence are required to learn them by heart. With the lunar base is the most secure facility the Nazis have. It's where they do all their top secret research these days.
What's your point?
Caroline and Anya are working on a bucket HQ.
Engelach, we are here.
My father taught me this rhyme as a child. There are many other songs for different places.
I know cock-a-doodle-doo. You fancy that? I'll open something.
You should move out of the way. Move.
Oh, fuck me in the head.
Can you feel the earth trembling?
This entryway hasn't been used for centuries. Step inside. Very good. How do you kindle a say? Let's get the show on the road.
I tell you, I have waited for this moment. There was many among us who wanted to even the balance of the war. But things happen fast. Our gatekeepers were murdered and some were exiled. Some succeeded. We have begun to transfer much knowledge to the governments who fought the Nazis, and there was hope. For a time, there was hope. Until the Nazis dropped the atom bombs. Well, there was no hope then. I remember when the Das Jugend would gather in places like this, it was brimming with life, and the channels of nature was open. And now, I think we may be the last to visit. Huh.
Alright, we gotta open up this.
But let me see. Warning. Blah, 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 blah. Bobby Meister, just step inside. Yeah? There's a transition chamber to main hall.
Wait. What do you mean, warning?
Yeah, warning, schmorning. The instructions are old and faded. Let's go.
Warning, schmarning. The instructions are wood and faded.
You should go.
This is a very, very good place. Powerful. It's magnetic research. That's. Huh? Jesus Christ! What the hell is this thing? This is the secret vault. Now, first, we need to activate magnetic fields to create an energy. This machine here, it controls the electromagnetic field. Okay, are you ready, Ingele? 1, 2, 3, go!
Alright, let's get the bridge raised.
There. This is Das Jugend prism to make your laser beam attuned to the proper frequency. And you should be able to charge the magnetic coils. You see them? It's up there. I will work.
Alright. Okay, we're going into the secret vault of Dat Yehud.
And now we ascend. Take us up, Shimshin.
so magical and abnormal in nature.
Come in. Come in.
Hey, what you got, Caroline?
We have a lead on Sir's decryption keys for the nuclear cannon. Anya? It's a troop transport train recalled from the African front. On board is the chief research scientist for Death's Head's latest generation super soldat program. He's leaving for the Nazi lunar base tonight to oversee the launch of the new super soldat.
We intercept the troop transport train, locate the chief research scientist, steal his identity, and use it to permit Blazkowicz to take his seat on the lunar shuttle. Once at the lunar base, you need to find the nuclear decryption keys and bring them back to Earth.
How to intercept a high-speed Nazi troop transport train?
Best side will be the Gibraltar Bridge.
Okay, but how?
Set. Any ideas?
We can use this one. This is very, very powerful. Where in English you can call it, how's it? Spindly torque. You drop this in front of the train, this will stop anything.
Excellent. Leave right away. That third train is en route.
Fuck me. I know what you're thinking, Blasco. No chance. I'm keeping this thing.
Caroline. Fucking look at it. Damn monster of a bridge. A Nazi highway to the African front. Fucking genocide enabler.
The train should be arriving at the bridge any moment now.
You heard her, Blasco. Stand by. Now, prime the weapon and drop it. Hey, the train! Coming down the pike!
Jesus, I forgot about this.
Have you ever seen anything like this? Have you, BJ?
Fuck did I just do?
I don't know, Captain. Par for the course, innit? Mayhem and destruction like what you always do. It's just you doing you. Caroline, you there? That train's going nowhere. I'm gonna drop off the crazy American. He's got that angry look on him again.
Nothing much, Rich. Just killing Nazis for Hanukkah.
See that railway wagon marked number 6, dangling over the edge like a bungled up horse's head on a broken neck. Says London Nautica on it. That's its chief research scientist should be inside. I'll drop you off at the nearest safe spot. You head for that Nautica wagon, right? Go on, Blasco! Go on out there! You shoot those Nazis, Blasco. Head towards the dangling Nautica railway wagon. I'll look for a safe drop-off spot nearer to it.
All right. Well, it's about 11:10 at night. I do have work tomorrow. I actually have to be at my aunt's place tomorrow because she apparently has nerve damage after surgery, so got to spend the day with her. So we're going to call it an evening right now, but thank you all for joining me. If you haven't already, please make sure to follow me on all of my socials. I am on Blue Sky, I'm on Mastodon, I am on TikTok and YouTube, of course, and then as always, you can always join the Discord and the Matrix servers as well to hang out and chat with us. Stick around for the raid if you're over on Twitch, and I will see you all next stream, which should be Sunday. Sunday will be the next one. We'll continue off with Wolfenstein, The New Order, and we may be switching over to Wolfenstein, The New Blood, or The New Colossus, one of those two there, as to continue, burn the Reich, light the Menorah, killing Nazis on Hanukkah. But anyway, I love y'all. I will see you next stream and chat with all of you on the Discord, Blue Sky, and Mastodon and everything. See you next time. Love y'all.